Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Oxide Online, and today I'm going to be bringing you some fast tips and tricks on how to boost your Koen, keep your Koen, and to make more Koen in Arena Breakout Infinite. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Koen is the in-game currency to purchase supplies and equipments from the vendors, from the market. So first tip is to use your covert ops. It seems pretty basic, seems pretty straightforward, but a lot of people forget. It's free gear, it's an opportunity to get loot, and if you find dead players, that's just more free gear. And you know what? Every 15 minutes, you get to pull out whatever you want, and then you get a new person. It's free. Tip number 2 seems pretty basic, but participate in the events. There's a lot of events that come through Arena Breakout Infinite, and like right here, 10 raids, extract 10 times, I get 100,000. I get another 100,000 over here for bringing out loot values totaling 1.5 million. It's not hard. In about 5 to 10 raids, you can pull out 1.5 million. Tip number 2.5 is, while there's events, something that needs to be talked about is watching streamers. And I know a lot of you don't like Twitch, or you don't like doing it, but Twitch drops are sometimes enabled for this game, and it does not hurt you to participate. Just go and find either me or some other creator. It doesn't have to be me. Watch them for X amount of time. You'll get these little loot tickets. The loot tickets can be redeemed onto their website over here under claim event rewards typically, or there'll be something up here. Do with that knowledge what you will. Tip number 3, budget your kit. You're gonna go broke. You're not gonna live a lot. Something like this would do just fine. This shotgun costs 36, roughly, maybe 40, depending. It has a red dot sight. It has a vertical front grip. It's got this beautiful, here, I'll just pull it over here. So we gotta talk about this gun. It's basic, it's gonna do the job. If you're running AP12, it's gonna put down people. AP12 is level 3 pen, which means that you'll get through most, but not all. If someone's using pen 4, you may not get it. Personally, don't discount this round. Shoot them in the face. A headshot is a headshot in this game. Yeah, it's like 900 Koen for it, but you will save more money doing this than you will spending on 9mm, 5.56, or even an AK round. I can't tell, like, if you think 900 is bad, let's look at AP. That's 3,000 a round. I can't afford that. Different calibers, different guns, different circumstances. You have to understand an MPX is gonna cost you about $100,000 or more, whereas a cute little shotgun is gonna run you about 40K. You're getting half the value of the gun for the same amount of round. I wanna talk about spending for your meds, okay? Some people think you have to bring the best meds. You don't. I recommend a grenade. This is like 8,000 to 10,000 depending. This is a direct impact. It's good. It's fast. It's quick. It's gonna kill someone. This is your best friend. They are cheap. They're 500 to go. You can get 3 of them. I recommend getting at least 1 for 120 because you never know when you're trying to heal up, and just going through these just ain't cutting it, chief. You want 1 painkiller, 1 bandage. Don't bother getting the single bandage. I can get 4 of these for 4K. These are invaluable, especially when you're broke. You can just plop them in your backpack and go. Manage your loot. And what I mean is, loot might look good, but not actually be good. So we're gonna play a game called Spot the Loot. Right now, I need you to tell me which is the most expensive loot. If you had said paracord because it's the biggest, you'd be wrong. It is not worth diddly. 11K. So we're gonna break that down by slot. So let me grab my little calculator here for the nerds at home. If it is $11,000 and you divide it by 4 slots, it is only valued at 2,750 a slot. Whereas if you had said the brooch, you'd have been more correct, because although the game console and the brooch are about the same price, the game console takes up double the space. So if the game console is worth 70,000, but it is a 1x2 slot, which means it takes up 2 slots, that is 35,000 a slot. It's not as valuable as the brooch, which is 75,000 a slot. So when you're going through the field and you're sorting your loot and you're finding your loot, double click your loot, look at the price roughly, and then if you can do simple math, do it. If you can't, ask your friend. But ideally you want to aim for 5,000 a slot or more, because if you aim for 5,000 or less, you're not going to have enough money to cover the costs of your ammo, cover the costs of your gear, especially if you're playing Lockdown or Forbidden. You're going to want to pick up at least 5,000. And for me, Forbidden, 10,000. I would just double it off the bat. If I'm doing like Strengthened Lockdown, I'm going to need $300,000 for my kit, and then it's going to cost me another $50,000 just to get in for the buy-in. Whereas Lockdown is going to cost me $100,000 to wear $100,000, and then cost me an entrance fee of $20,000. Make sure you're picking up the right stuff. A lot of people will pick up everything and they think that they're doing a good job. I highly recommend you at least get that 5,000 a slot, or just don't even pick it up. Guns have attachments. You don't have to take the whole gun. What I'm trying to get at is you can strip it. If you find something of value on the attachments, just snag it up. Like this might not seem like a lot. It looks pretty basic to me, but this hollow, that's $100,000. You can just go whoop and then whoop. Take it off the dead player, bing bong, you got yourself $100,000, so 50,000 a slot right there. Find what works. There is no solution that's my solution and your answer might be 2 different guns, 2 different places, 2 different times. But if it works, it isn't stupid, and don't fix it. If your favorite gun is running an MPX and you can live and survive and make money, even though it costs, you're risking $100,000 every single time, do it. If you're like me and you can thug it out with this beautiful $40,000 just piece of awesome, do it. So the problem with my gun, my loadout, is that when it's level 5, they're gonna take a lot of shots, whereas a headshot is a headshot. If I shoot him in the legs, it's gonna take about 3 times. Arm, 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 arm. See how shooting the arms is really difficult? Try to shoot in that groin area if you can, or that head. Those are gonna be your best shots. Head, groin. Well, let's say he's an expensive boy. He's got expensive gear. How many shots is it gonna take? You ready? This is class 6. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shots in this 7-round. 7, because you can only have 7 rounds in this. It's only because we're on infinite bullets that we can do this. Just understand that it's a good starting weapon. It's a good weapon to kill the militants. It's a good weapon to try to get a headshot off. It's close range, so you're going to want to be pushing up. It doesn't make sense to be fighting in a field. Use this weapon wisely. It is a delicacy. You can hit things far out, about 100 meters. Doesn't mean it's going to happen all the time, but finding the right areas to loot. By that I mean, if you're on farm, there is a free safe just under the bridge right here. There's a free safe at the top of stables. We're going to talk about investing. Tip number 5 is invest in yourself. I do want you to eventually upgrade your body armor and probably never touch this gun again. But tip number 5 is to invest into these keys. I know it's expensive. It's got a lot of upfront asking price, but 201 has a safe behind it. Barn office has a safe behind it. Main bedroom has a safe behind it. Buy keys that have safes behind it, because safes have a higher loot table. They could be purples, they could be golds, and there are red items such as like teapots, lions. There's just items that there's a chance to get those items. And I know you don't want to spend $300,000 for a 15 use key, but I can not guarantee, but for an almost certainty, at least 1 or 2 of your raids, you'll pull something big out of it, and you'll be thanking yourself for spending that extra $300,000 when you had it laying around. So amongst these keys, I'll do an in-depth video later, but for right now, those are my top 5 best, fast, easiest tips that you can do. And if you liked what you saw, you know the deal. Like, subscribe, do the things. I appreciate you guys, and have a good night.